Hello everyone and welcome to Commons of Spear Tier 3. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here in Austria for a classic Grand Prix, a classic circuit, classic cars. We either have the Renault, Ferrari or McLaren. So really looking forward to see which is the strongest car around here. Like I said before, Lewis is in the commentary box with me as always. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, thanks, Thomas. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and yeah, this is fun. We're listening to the sound is different with the classic V8s. This will be a bit of fun with the Renault, McLaren, Ferrari sort of challenge. Got a bit less things to consider. There's no tyre compounds, so that's going to be a bit more of a straightforward strategy, you'd think. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be pure pace, no DRS, no ERS, same tires. So it's all about the car and the driver. And I think we will be seeing a lot of people going for a really low downforce setup, and it's pretty much the only difference you can make. Jay Prentice is in the lobby, so you know he will be going for a low downforce setup. Other than that, we've got a pretty mixed field. People from AU4, people from AU1 even, with Leozo we're watching now, but he's just gone onto the wheel, so that's why he is racing, and it's just a fun event, so why not? He wanted to join. We got a full grid. We didn't manage that last season, so yeah, we're breaking records all over the place. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Of course, last week we had the F2 event around Bahrain. Two very fun, short, interesting races, so hopefully these guys can do the same. Format for now is like we're used to in this league. Short quali, 50% race. Weather is on dynamic, so we don't know what the weather for the race is gonna bring. We left it all to the Codemaster weather gods.
That's right. And obviously the other thing we get to see is these lovely, well, more like unlovely, those groove tyres back in the day that were designed, they were brought in to slow the cars down, and well, in theory it works, obviously less less contact on the track, but they recovered so much of that with the downforce of these cars back in the mid-noughties and from mid-90s, mid-noughties onwards, so but it's so long ago now since we had these groove tyres, but I always remember growing up with seeing the cars like this, and
same for me. F126 was the first F1 game I played on the PS2.
yeah,
That was my beginning with F1, like the end of Schumacher. That was where I fell in love with Formula 1. I always chose the Ferrari to race with.
yeah.
Always on Silverstone. I don't know why. It was always Ferrari with Schumacher and then Silverstone. That was, and I drove it every single day between my well, at my lunch break between school. That was literally what I did. And since then, like I'm so sad that I couldn't watch a live race with these cars. Like the sound is amazing. Like I've been to a Formula 1 Grand Prix once. That was in Spa, of course, because there was no Zandvoort yet. That was 3 years ago, and like those cars, they still sound amazing, and it's something else to see them driving around the track. But to hear this sound in real life is mind blowing.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to hear the V8s live, but also the first F1 game I bought was F1 '99.
Wait, that's the difference right there between us.
PlayStation 1, and I remember, I mean, I watched F1 from '99, really, and that was the V10. So I grew up on the old V10 cars. And that was great. Those are good times as well. But I would say right now, F1 is at the whole field are at the closest they've ever been. It's all good, like looking at back in the day, but the gaps between from front first to last were massive back in the day. 6 seconds, that sort of thing, 7 seconds. Whilst now it's just super close. It's ridiculously close. So it's much better. But yeah, the noise these cars. I've heard I've been testing for V10, and V10s were also, they were the best. V10, they screamed.
Yeah, I remember the time between this and the modern era, sort of, that you had teams like Marussia and Caterham, who are not even allowed to race because they were outside of the 107% rule.
Yeah,
That's what I noticed. Like that was when I watched it for like 4 years or something, and those difference were insane. Like yeah, at the top it was really close between McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull, but then
yeah,
down the field, the gaps were insane.
yeah, yeah. It was like, and those, yeah, that was common. There was always a back marker team like Minardi, the team that ended up being Toro Rosso and AlphaTauri. But before Red Bull bought them, they were Minardi, and Minardi were just a you know, famously known for being a back of the mark team. But they had survived since the mid '80s as being one of the back teams.
Yeah, that's
They've
insane.
been around for long, but yeah, since then now it's much different. But yeah, the sounds are great. But right now we do have the fastest cars, but these iconic early V8 cars, 2007 Ferrari, the championship-winning Ferrari, and championship-winning McLaren Drivers' Championship-wise, Ferrari did win the constructors in '08 as well. But that Renault as well, 2006. That was the R26 was also a very competitive car and won the championship with Alonso. So we've got 3 quality cars here. And like you said, the switch, no DRS and no ERS, is going to make a massive, make it much tougher for the guys to battle, defend, or overtake with.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's gonna be a very difficult task for these drivers to overtake, especially if you're running a higher downforce setup. And I don't really know what the difference is between cars, because we can see a lot of people went out in the Renault. We've got Wizard and Blaze, not Blades, but Blaze. In the Ferrari, from what I can see so far. And I know there's either 1 or 2 McLarens out on track. We can have a better look as soon as the grid is being formed. But yeah, from what I can tell so far, the Renault should be the faster car. But I don't know, in straight line speed I believe it's the Ferrari. So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the McLaren not being the popular choice. The Renault's a good balanced car, to be fair. And it was the last one. 2006 was the final year of the tyre war. So you had Michelin tyres on the Renault versus the Bridgestone run Ferrari. And back in the day, tyre wars. That's the fact. You imagine another tyre company and different conditions would suit those tyres. So hotter weather was always known to suit tyres on Michelin, so the Bridgestone. But the Bridgestone tyre was better in cooler and also better wet tyre. They had a better wet tyre. So yeah, all those to contend with. It wasn't just the car that was different, it was tyre.
Yeah, talking with Bridgestone and Michelin, I have to think about the Grand Prix at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That always just pops into my mind, talking about tires in those days.
Yeah, it will never happen again in the tyre war, because it just was so expensive. It was another element to the cost. All the tyre testing they used to do. But it was pushing it to the limit, and Michelin got the upper hand, I'd say, from Bridgestone in the end. Bridgestone did dominate with Ferrari for so long, but Michelin did. They had more teams.
Yeah, but
eventually they were able to catch development.
yeah, I think Bridgestone dominated with Ferrari because of Ferrari, not because of Bridgestone. Because that car was just insane. Lately I just watched a documentary about the Ferrari car being quick without the people in the garage noticing it, or they didn't expect it to be that quick.
Yeah.
And Schumacher, he could tell the minute he stepped into that car that it was so much quicker than the year before. And they just didn't know, and they thought there was something wrong with it because it was that quick. Oh, and there goes K-Mark off into the gravel. But yeah, because they just couldn't believe it was that much quicker than the car the year before. And that just shows how good Ferrari was in those days.
That's it, yeah, I remember exactly what you're saying, because they expected half a second.
Yeah,
it
was 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's imagine Red Bull, because I'm a biased Verstappen fan. Imagine Red Bull being suddenly 1.5 seconds quicker in 2022 compared to 2021. And oh mate, I'm gonna be the happiest man on the planet watching Formula 1 in those days. Oh, by the way, we've got Aiden in the chat, he says, love your voice. I don't know whether he's talking about you or me, but he is calling either one of us the GOAT, and I assuming it's you because I've got a Dutch accent. And it's Salt in this chat. He's complimenting his own pole time, so that's really good, mate. You're always allowed to do that. Currently almost 2.5 tenths clear of Kmark in P2. We saw spinning into the pits Rosa in P3. He showed some really good pace. Oh, there's a Renault off just in front of Rosa. But Rosa showed some really good pace as well last week. He won the sprint race, if I'm not mistaken. Dan as well, with some strong performances last week. I talked to him after the race last week, and he said that he maybe can challenge for the championship next season. If he is going to win the championship, I will do a shoey and put it into the Discord server. So if you want to see me doing a shoey, then join the Discord server, I would say. Link is in the description. But the only rule for that is that Dan has to be crowned champion. And that's going to be a really difficult one. But you never know. No commentators curse.
Yeah, but Sam, you've now given you the curse that he's actually going to win it.
Yeah, well, he took a screenshot of me saying that I was going to do a shoey, and I've got a screenshot of him saying that I'm not going to jinx it. So we've protected ourselves. Now it's time to do the talking on the track, I would say. Oh, and there's Mazza around, coming out of turn 3, and he is back going again. I think it's less difficult to spin the car compared to last week, but it's still going to be a very difficult challenge for everyone.
Yeah, the V8s have low, they don't really have much torque, so the power's all high in the reds. So it's quite hard to wheel spin these, so it should be better. But again, you've got those weird tyres. But at the moment, you got Salt, a couple of tenths clear of Kmark. I guess a lot of the guys are going to be going into the pits now, getting ready for that final run.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a difference it makes to put on fresh tires, as I think these tires can go a very long way. Because look at Wizard, he's done 6 laps on those tires and he still manages to put it up into P4. So I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but maybe even in this case for Kmark, even 2 tenths can put him up into pole position, so you never know. Big gaps actually, 2.4 seconds to Max in 19th place. Around a track like Austria, you don't normally see that.
Yeah, it's normally, with being a short track, not many corners, it's hard to lose that much time. But I guess I'd say to that is, everyone's not used to driving these cars, so you're going to get a bigger mix between people that have got, say, setups and driven these cars before.
True.
Sure,
Yeah,
some
the
of these
thing.
guys have barely done it.
Yeah, the thing is also these guys are actually allowed to vote on what they want to do for next week, and they get the information on Sunday or on Monday, so they don't have the time to practice like they normally. They know the whole calendar already, and it's always the same car you drive in. Now you get the option of cars decided on Saturday, I think, and then afterwards the track. And they knew on Sunday they knew it was going to be Austria, so that's why these guys haven't been able to practice a lot, or at least not as much as they would have wanted for a couple of guys. So yeah, that makes it interesting as well.
2 minutes 42 to go.
Let's actually go on board with the pole sitter. Can he improve? He was 600 down on his previous lap time, or on his fastest lap time. So let's see what he can do through sector 2. Only one more column to negotiate. And he is improving by 200ths of a second. Oh, and he invalidates it. Yep. Too much curb. And picking up a warning around this track is probably one of the easiest things to do on this game. So they have to be careful.
Yeah, it's so cruel, especially that one where he got it just going a little bit wide. The car went over the curb. or the whole car went over the curb, and at that point you are technically off the racetrack. The white line denotes the edge of the racetrack, not the curbs. And that's it, so he won't improve. Which means it's game on to the guys behind. He can't reply, he can't improve, so the benchmark is a 1 minute 7.2.
Yeah, unless he is putting in a very quick lap now, although he lost it a little bit coming out of the semi-hairpin, coming out of turn 4. Let's see his sector 2 time. He is improving by almost a tenth. Now, don't invalidate like he did on the previous lap. He doesn't. But he's got traffic in front. Is that gonna hinder him by any chance? Oh, he's very close to the back of, that is Haze Mania. I think it's all good. He goes towards the line. Oh, and he doesn't improve. 300s. He lost. Now going board with K-Mark, but he is almost 2 tenths down through sector 1. Oh, but only a tenth down through sector 2. Is he gonna drive a massive sector 3? And remember, after this one, he's still got time to put in another lap. It's not over yet.
Yeah, so you got no ERS to worry about, so you can just do another lap.
Oh, Blades goes wide. This will be your lap invalidated. He goes into the wall. K-Mark is done. Not gonna be improvement for him. Rosa, he has to watch out because Sonny actually spun in front of him. Interesting place to lose the car. Rosa gets a good exit. Is Rosa gonna be the dark horse in this qualifying session? Salt has given up. He put over to the right hand side. Oh, Aiden in the chat is actually Leozo. That's really good to know. Rosa is... Oh! He was 2.5 tenths up.
He didn't need to do that. And I think... Yeah,
can he go again? Flag. No, finish flag. Yeah, checkered flag is out.
And it was like he didn't need to go across that bit either. What time did he do? He did one... Oh, it wouldn't have been enough for pole. It would have only got him... He would have gone up to P2 though.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, to be fair.
No, it could have been way worse. And luckily for him, Wizard, Haley are not improving as well. So it depends on Massa, but he invalidated already. Hasmania, he is still running. Let's see what he does through sector 2. He's improving by 10. So he maybe is gonna snatch P6 from Mazza, if not even more. Because look at how close Mazza and Healy are. He misses the apex on the right hand side. Oh, and he makes a big mistake over the sausage curb on the inside. Loses the car, invalidate your lap time. And I think this is it.
Yeah.
So we've got Salt on pole position. He will be happy with that one. K-Mark in P2, Rossa P3.
And Dan's car is damaged.
What did he do? Oh, look at that.
Sure.
Oh my days. He ran into the back of someone.
Yeah. It could have been already. See, has got the checkered flag, so I'm guessing it's probably AI.
So we're only waiting for Sonny now.
Sonny.
Yeah, if you can please do something. Where is he on track? Yeah, just
He's
go over the line.
He's run out of fuel.
Ah, fair enough. Where he's got a pit limiter on. There we have it.
But hey!
So, look at this. 2 Danish people in the front row. Have we ever seen that in Formula 1 history? I don't think so. Rosa P3, really strong performance once again. Wizard in P4, Hilly P5, strong performance from him as well. Mazda, Hasmania, Matty Robbo, Charlie, and then rounding off the top 10. Jay Prentice, Stitchy, Sonny Bob, Blaze, the Wizard, other Wizard, Spot, Blades, Cygate, Leozo, and Max. So let's see, we've got one McLaren. We've got, yeah, only one McLaren. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Ferraris. 5 or 6 Ferraris. And the rest is all Renault. Imagine still a Ferrari or a McLaren winning this race. That would be absolutely insane. It seems dry for now. I don't know about the weather further on in the race, but it's clear for now. So dry tires. It is no ultra soft, soft, medium, hard, or anything like that. It's just a dry tire.
Yep, it's you got nothing to worry about. Strategy really, it's straightforward. Change tire, change tire. They, I guess, the only thing I suppose that you could play is you're gonna have to stop. You could stop early, or really late. Maybe really late might be an advantage. Depends on how quickly these tires wear.
Yeah, with like the lower fuel, it could be a good call to just wait until the absolute limit. Bit for fresh tires with low fuel, you could be lightning quick.
Yeah, the other thing, obviously, the difference with these cars in real life is they had to be refueled because they didn't have as many tanks. The refueling is not in this game.
So we have 3 Renaults, a Ferrari. Why can't I? That is so annoying. Why I can't see like which car they all driving, because it's just grey behind their number, if you know what I mean, in front of their name. Why is it not like blue, silver, and red?
Yeah,
That's my
so
OCD now popping up.
kicking in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's them doing the classic icon, isn't it? Classic's just deemed as grey.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see if I scroll through the names. So we've got Salt, K-Mark, Rosa, all in a Renault, then Wizard in a Ferrari, Healy in a Renault again, Mazda in a Ferrari, Mania in a Renault, Matty in a Renault, Charlie in a Renault, and Dan in a Ferrari. So 3 Ferraris in the top 10. Other than that, it's all Renault. And we've got Jay Prentice in a Renault, Tichy in a Ferrari, Sonny in a Renault, Blaze in a Ferrari, Wizard in the Renault, Spot in the McLaren, Blades in the Renault, Saiga in a Renault, Leozo in a Renault, and Max in the Renault. So Tichy is the only Ferrari together with Blaze outside of the top 10.
Yeah, look at all those Renaults in one side.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
So let's go. We've got Renault against the rest. With
Who's gonna
Salt
win?
in P1, K-Mark in P2. We've got 5 red lights. It's all building up the reps now, and away we go for the Austria Grand Prix. It's a really good start from K-Mark and a really good start from Wizard as well. Is Hilly gonna lose out on the position for Mazda? Yes, he is. So the Ferraris are gaining positions left, right, and center. Oh, there's a Renault spun. That is Hilly. Hilly is off at turn 1.
Massive crashes. Look at it.
Oh my days, Spot is gone. Jay Prentice is into the wall. What has happened there? Safety car is out.
Yeah. Absolute
Oh my
chaos.
days, there's 1, 2, 3 cars with only 3 tires. Oh no, eh? No, it's 2.
No, we had 2 retirements.
Okay, 2, yeah.
And Rosa. Rosa, though, got caught up didn't have a great start at all from P3. Got caught up in incidents into turn 1, and then more, just something you tend to see in online lobbies around here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, how did Rosa end up being in 19th place without a tire? Because he just started P3, but he has such a terrible start. It was very unlucky for him.
Yeah, and it's so easy around Austria, and people coming back on the track in the exit of turn 1. you only need one, and it's a massive car crash. So there's quite a few guys that are going to have to pit now because of wing damage. However, not a bad time with the safety car. You're going to see a lot of people going into the pits.
Yeah, the people inside the top 10 decided to stay out, which is quite obvious.
Yeah, a lot of people. Look how many people are pitting. Those are all, and there's one that hasn't pitted and got wing damage.
Yeah, but
So that's
also something to keep in mind. Do these guys know who their teammate is? They don't.
no.
So you can have the bad luck of, because for example Salt and K-Mark, they're both in a Renault. They could be teammates without them knowing it.
Yeah.
So if Salt comes in and K-Mark thinks, okay, I'm gonna cover it, I'm gonna come in as well, they may double stack. And that's gonna ruin K-Mark's race completely. So there's a little bit of a surprise element as well. Of can you pit or can you not?
Don't pit on the same lap as unless you're ahead of them.
Yeah, like Salt has nothing to worry about because there won't be anyone in front of him. Well, K-Mark can have the problem already. Kijk, Wizard, I said kijk, that's Dutch, nice. Like Wizard, he is the first Ferrari, so he has nothing to worry about as well. But the chance of Mazza being his teammate could be pretty high or pretty low. Just depends on how you see it.
Absolutely.
Well, surprisingly enough, still everyone on the dry tire.
Yeah. No, yeah. On that special dry tire. We haven't stopped yet for the other special dry tire. Yeah, that's crazy. Pretty much from P13 down, they all got damage from that first.
Yeah, on the first crash. So there were 7 people involved in that crash.
Yeah, we're lucky. We only got 2 retirements.
Yeah, 8 people actually. Sorry, can't count. Match is very hard.
But we should be starting again now because everyone is pretty much joined up now.
Yeah, we will get the signal before the end of Sector 2.
So it's Renault leading Ferrari, Renault, Ferrari, Renault. Then we got quite a few Renaults.
Yeah.
After that. And then
because Spot was the only one in the McLaren. He retired, so there's no McLaren in this race anymore. McLaren can already like pack their bags and leave. There were 3 Ferraris, or 4. It was Tichy then, Wizard and Mazza. Well, Tichy is in last place. Wizard and Mazza are next to each other and Dan is P6. And the rest is in a Renault.
Well, here we go.
Oh no, Blaze is in a Ferrari as well. Yeah, safety car comes in. We've got more important news to focus on. And when is Salt gonna go? I think he's going now. But K-Mark has been really awake. Wizard not so much, although he's got a little bit of a gap to Mazza. 1.5 seconds is the gap to Salt for Mazza. It's 6.5 tenths to 2 spell in front. Oh, Wizard, I think Wizard made a mistake. He lost 2 positions. Dropped down to P10. Charlie and Pure Blades overtook him coming out of turn 1. But it's all good for now. No damage as of yet.
Yeah, the pace on the Ferrari, the Ferrari might have a little bit. It's not much difference in top speed. Oh, and Wizard gets a real moment on the rear end there in P3. That was almost good night.
I'm watching Healy and Jay Prentice going side by side for almost half a lap now. And Jay Prentice goes for the move down the inside once again. He goes onto the grass, they clip. And Jay Prentice is round. Tichy can just about avoid him. Jay Prentice is all the way down into P18. Oh, there's another car off. That's Leozo. He made a mistake. Is Tichy gonna get past? Tichy is gonna get past. And he goes into pit. He lost his right front wing there. So big damage for Leozo.
Yeah. Matt East also in a good scrap with Dan. Saw this for the first time in Bahrain last week. And we're seeing it again. The famous commentary duo, Matty giving a little dummy on the inside, trying to force Dan into braking late. And
it's so sad to see only one Ferrari and all of those Renaults behind him. It's like he's being chased. He's like the deer, and he's being chased by hunters. But he's going for a move down the inside, but he can't make it stick. His mania, he probably was scared of seeing those arrows getting bigger and bigger and red at some point.
No, I can put you off. You're like, oh, is he gone late? Is he going to hit me? But fair play, it's entitled to the line. He gave Dan enough room to make the move, but it always, I think, unless you're able to shut the door, the guy on the outside can get a better exit and hold their position. But has now got a penalty, and Matty is all over the back of Dan.
Yeah, but now it comes towards the part where we said what we said during qualifying. Who's got a bigger straight line speed, but then misses the apex completely. Matty got a little bit of a sloppy exit, but is it gonna be enough to make a move? In the slipstream he goes, but I think the Ferrari is just gonna be too quick. Although Matty goes for the move down the inside, yes he does. Brakes late and gets out in front. Really good move from Matty. Although on exit, he's then gonna come back at him. Look at this, the Ferrari's got much more straight line speed, helicopter view, you love to see it down the inside, they make a little bit of contact. Oh, but Matty also around the outside, brilliant move from Matty, and he keeps in front. Really well done from Matty. Oh, and then, yep, but Charlie can't take advantage of it.
And who's to say, F1, you need DRS to make overtakes work.
Yeah, that's cap.
Dan thought he was going to get a penalty there, run a little bit too deep. Dan gets his first 3-second penalty.
Let's see, is Kmart going to get any closer to Salt? 7/10, 6.5, 7 again. He's not going in a straight line, we can tell that already. Unless you got a really bad exit coming out of turn 1, let's watch again. 7.5 tenths, 8, 8.5, no. There's no straight line speed advantage for K-Mark, so he has to do it through sector 2 and sector 3.
Yeah.
Steve is in the chat, he says can already hear the bleep counter on Shay Prentice's radio. Yeah, I think you're right, mate, he won't be a happy bunny in that car.
He's made good progress, he's only 3.2 behind Tichy now. So he's trying to get back in, and yet to have a penalty, and it's still early on.
Tichy is stuck behind Hilly, and Max is stuck behind Hilly as well. Hilly is holding up the pack, but he's forming a little bit of a train behind him. A lovely Dutch train, you love to see it.
I'll tell you what, this race could very much be decided by the penalties. Our top 2 have already got 3 seconds, and we know how good Wizard's at not getting any penalties. Wizard, especially if there's safety cars later on, Wizard and Muzzer are looking good, very good so far.
Oh, here goes Tichy. For the move down the inside. Yeah, Max leaves him the space. Oh, and Tichy shuts the door. He's not leaving Max any space.
And he's retired. He's hit the wall now.
Oh my days. Tichy. Virtual safety car is out. Oh, is this gonna trigger some pit stops? If it stays out long enough,
I don't think so. I think it's a little bit too early. I think the guys pit, even the guys at the front of A pit, I feel like it'll end. Yeah, green, there you go.
Through penalty, speeding on. How many times have we seen that people are still getting called out by the virtual safety car?
Yeah.
Well, K-Mark, he gained massively through that virtual safety car because he is now only half a second behind. It was 8.5 before, so he gained at least 3/10 on Salt, and now maybe he can get into the slipstream.
And it's got a bit cloudy here in the Styrian Mountains.
I agree. Is it going to rain? That's gonna be insane if it's going to rain.
That could really be a plot twist in this race.
Well, Spot is in the...
I don't think many guys
Spot
They're in
has
the wet.
retired already. Maybe he can let us know in the chat if he's watching. Spot, what is the weather for the race going to be? Because we don't know.
Salt is really a couple of times now losing the back end. The traction not great on that Renault. Has he already wore those tyres? Those special dry tyres.
Sonny is in the chat. He is racing and typing in the chat. You'll love to see it. Yeah, rain is coming. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is going to be brilliant.
Very interesting then. So that's why it wouldn't make sense to pit right now.
Leozo is in the chat as well. Absolute heroes. They're racing and typing in the chat. I did that once at Belgium. And
Did it end well?
it didn't, to put it that way.
I'm not surprised.
No, it was one of the worst things I've done.
You didn't do it before going up Radion, did you?
No, I did it under safety car conditions, but then I ran into the back of someone. I got a 5-second time penalty. Oh, there's the rain. Yeah, you saw it. Okay, that's earlier than I expected, to be brutally honest. But
how quick is it going to take to get wet, though?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question I wanted to ask. How long is it going to take before these guys have to pit for wets?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because we've seen it sometimes. It takes no time at all, and others it can be 10 laps or even more than that.
And this could mean as well why K-Mark was probably slower in a straight line. He probably decided that he wanted to be quicker during the rain period and opted to go for more wings.
Looks like they've lapped someone. Leozo's already gone into full wet.
Yeah, Leozo.
I'm guessing they don't have intermediates with these classic cars, so either
No.
dry or wet.
No, so we can keep him, we can use him as a little bit of a benchmark to see if he's like gaining or losing time.
Yeah, at the moment I feel like... Yeah, he's losing time, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
second
It's
each
not,
time.
there's no rainfall here. Sorry, there's no rooster's tail. There's no water on the track splashing up, so still looks pretty dry, and the pace looks that way as well.
Yeah, ooh, I was on board with Charlie and we saw him picking up time penalty.
Yellow.
Yeah, he's stuck behind then. Yellow, that is coming out of turn 3, that is Jay Prentice. Oh, and he spun again. He's just doing burnouts. I think he's pretty done with this race, to be brutally honest. He's not happy, having the best time of his life.
Now the K-Mark's just at a time 7/10 slower than his best. Is that a sign that the pace is starting to drop a little bit? Now we're getting to the stage. I mean, Wizards lost a lot of time as we got a crash.
Oh, and he was just typing in the chat, he says, it's gonna get wet, trust me. And there you go, off into the wall. I warned you. Don't do it, it's not gonna end up well.
Yeah, that's the curse right there. Sector 3, no
Last
safety
corner.
car. Yeah.
And
Jay
there's
Prentice.
someone off in the middle of
Prentice.
sector 2. Who's that? Who's that in front?
It's Jay Prentice
What is he
doing
doing?
his tour.
Oh, Sol picks up 3 seconds.
Oh, it's getting
K-Mark
wet
is
now.
sliding. I think they're going into the pits this lap. No, they're not. What's Wizard going to do?
Oh, it's getting... This is not either. They've probably not been told. They've probably been said it's not... Yeah, they're all staying out. Oh no, Jay Prentice is... Well,
Jay Prentice, that's obvious. No, the
Yeah,
rest,
there's no one
they
to-
all stay out.
But to be fair, it's not... It's not... They did a time 2 seconds slower than their best. It's probably another lap. Oh, Jay Prentice.
Yeah, okay,
Nice.
fair enough.
We're doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Spot is in the chat. Hello, mate. Bernos is in the chat. Welcome, both of you. Happy to have you guys in the chat as always.
And
Only Renaults?
Salt-
Yeah, I understand. I understand your question. Well, Spot, he was the only one in the McLaren. He retired already. We've got Wizard, Mazza X427 and Tichy in the Ferrari. The rest is all in the Renault.
What are we gonna get? It looks like Salt gonna go in. No, he's staying out still. They're all staying out.
Halfway through the race. Like the rain, it drops, but not heavily.
Yeah, it will do. They're 3 seconds off the pace now for dry time.
3 seconds off, you would say.
Sygate, let's see what Sygate's doing. Sygate, to be fair, he's on the wet and he's losing time.
Oh, yellow sector. That is
Matty.
Matty. Oh, Matty lost on exit. We saw him struggling a couple of times before on exit. And now he finally... Well, not finally. I don't mean it that way, but...
But yeah, Sygate, his wets are screwed. Like, that's the thing, it's not wet enough.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he is just sliding across the track.
Yeah. It's still not wet enough for the full wet.
Did she pitted for wets?
Maybe it's because of the full wet tyre, you need to wait for it to be really, really wet.
Yeah, but then we're gonna get very interesting scenes on those drives.
Oh, K-Mark's almost losing the back end of that Renault.
My interval just disappeared.
Oh, Wizard has a drifting moment.
Who then picks up a penalty? He's struggling as well in these conditions. Who's not? That's the better question.
Yeah, these are real icy moments. We're not even in the halfway point of this race yet. At 15 of 36. Muzz's all over the back.
Yeah, Mazza is all over the back of Wizard and Charlie is all over the back of Dan. He's gaining under braking, but then on exit he's just not confident enough to, or not as confident as Dan. There's yellow once again.
Sygate.
Sygate through the gravel. No, there's another one. That's Stitchy. So both the guys on wets are off at the moment.
That says it all when now's not the time to pit.
Oh, and look at this. Wizard and Mazza are both in.
Ooh.
The moment that Tichy and Sygate are both coming in probably for another set of drives.
Yeah, and Hans is pitting as well. So they've all followed each other, and so too's Dan. So maybe it's been a case where
now it's the crossover point. No, yeah, because they. Oh, okay. Sygate left, but Tichy pitted for new wets, and everyone goes onto the wets. So are K-Mark and Salt losing out?
We'll see.
Because they were quite a bit in front of the group of Wizard and Mazza.
Yeah, Wizard's 29 seconds. To be fair, the slick guys are struggling. 29.9, the gap. And to be fair, they're still extending it. The dry runners are still pulling away. Okay, Salt has a big moment. I think Salt's going into pit. But K-Mark's not going to. K-Mark's going to stay out, and I think he's right, you know.
Let's see, I need to compare it to Wizard. 30.29. I think K-Mark made a mistake. No, he's not. No, yeah, he's pulling away. Yeah.
We're at a moment in the turn one. Yeah, it's
but
not.
He is still pulling away. You're right.
Yeah. And I think it's because it's not an intermediate tyre, these wets are struggling in these conditions as well. Yeah, he's pulling away from Wizard.
Yeah, so he will be coming out ahead of Salt if the laps continue, and if it's not gonna rain any further. It's still raining though.
I would say pit now.
Yeah, pit now or
This
maybe
lap,
wait another lap.
Wizard's starting to put the time down though. It's started. It's
30.0.
looking.
Okay, yeah,
It's
he has
looking
to
that
pit
way.
this lap. No, he's gaining again on Wizard.
No, it's 30.2. It's super close. I think the crossover point is now. But this lap will be very interesting.
Yeah, he comes in. But a really smart play by K-Mark.
Yeah.
Don't speed. Well done. Where is Salt? He is just in front of Charlie.
Salt's pitting.
No way.
Salt's pitting.
Yep.
They're both pitting.
And Charlie as well. Why is Salt coming into the pits?
Did he have a penalty?
He's just gonna give the victory to K-Mark on a silver plate.
Has he got a drive through? No, he's pitting.
No. And
What's he
is
pitting
are
for? He's
those
pitting for dries.
He's pitting for dries.
Boy, this race just took a mad turn.
Well, Charlie pitted for dries as well.
Yeah. A few people are pitting for dries.
What is going on?
But thing is, maybe they're thinking they're rubbish, but Wizard's starting to bring the lap times down. He's starting to, and it's raining still.
Well,
The problem
then
is I think these guys think the wets are rubbish, but it's because the track's not wet enough yet for these wets. The problem you've got. Because the
look at Dan. He's going for a move around the outside of Charlie. And he can't make it stick. But they seem equal now at this point.
Yeah, it's really weird. I think it's a case of these wets just overheat because they're designed for full wet conditions. I mean, the dry tyres are better. Oh, K-Mark's pitted. K-Mark's pitted as well. Oh, can you imagine K-Mark if he hadn't pitted before? He'd be miles ahead right now.
He would be so much further ahead. But
so where is he going to come out? He's going to come out still ahead of Salt.
Yeah, he comes out ahead of Salt, but Wizard now is in front on wets.
Yeah.
And Blaze, he's on 16 lap old tries together with Hilly. They just haven't pitted yet.
And they're in the lead.
And they're now in the lead. Well, they pitted because they got caught up in the incident at turn 1, lap 1. But other than that, they're still haven't pitted for wets.
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done their stop, so nothing to worry about for them. If it stays these conditions, K-Mark. Oh my days, and now Mazza's gonna get passed on wets. What is K-Mark thinking?
You know, I don't know if going back on the dry is just the right move.
Well, look at this, look on exit.
Get wetter.
This is so, I haven't seen this ever in my life.
I love it, this is brilliant.
Yeah, it is. This turned out to be a brilliant race out of nowhere.
Because both tyres are working out very similar rates.
So I assume he goes back to dries then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dries again for Wizard. So that means that Blaze and Hilly are leading this race.
On 17 lap old dry tyres.
Yes.
And
although
here we got off. That's a back marker, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Blades. Blades, yeah,
yeah,
pure Blades.
Blades is doing a Blades again.
Yeah.
So Mazza is the only one now on wets. Inside the top 10, that's not correct.
Yep.
It's Dan, Wizard and Mania as well. All those 4 guys are on wets inside the top 10. And then Matty and Pure Blades are on wets outside of the 10. But Matty goes into pits, he pits for dries.
Thing is, it does look drier on the track. But the spray's not there anymore.
Matty's in the chat, so hard to judge, yeah. Yeah, we can tell that. Ooh! Salt gave a little bit of a kiss to Mazza as he goes into the pits. And now Charlie and Salt are going at it, going into turn 1. Lap 21 of 36. Healy pitted for fresh dries. Blaze is still out, but he is losing time. Hand over fist? Is that correct?
Yep, yep.
Get in.
But for him, I mean, he'll come out in P6. The P5 even. He can come out in P5 right now.
And then, but it stopped raining.
Yeah, it has.
There is yellow once again.
Matty.
So, is Blaze going to stop again?
Yeah, or is he just going to go to the end? Well, I know we don't know what a compound is, but maybe the tyre can last, you know?
Yeah, I
He is
literally
getting
don't
caught
know.
massively.
Yeah, K-Mark is getting massively, but maybe, I don't know how much quicker a fresh tire is. The problem is, excuse me, K-Mark is only on 2-lap old tires, so it's not that he is on old tires as well. Blaze is the only one on very old tires together with Seigate, so the difference in pace is not going to be massive if he pits. So I think he's doing the right thing to just stay out and see where he will end up.
Yeah, the grip doesn't look that great.
Yeah, if you look further down the line, Wizard is 14 seconds behind Charlie.
Yeah.
That's a massive gap. Wizard is not going to gain a second a lap.
No. He's pitting.
Well, that's my story out of the window. Thank you very much, Blaze. You make me look like a complete muppet now.
Yeah, well, we'll never know whether he could. Obviously, he's the only one who knows truly his tyres. So maybe the tyres work close to the end. But he's going to be quick now for the last bit.
He's going to be quick, but it also means that K-Mark is now back into the lead.
Yeah, and 3 seconds ahead of Salt.
Penalty wise, okay, they both got 6 seconds. Charlie is on 9. Blaze and Wizard, of course, without a penalty. Sonny is on 3 seconds. Mazza and Healy on 0. Wizard, Mania and Dan are all on 6. Matty and Seigate without any penalties. Stitchy on 3 seconds and Blaze is on 13 seconds. He is the penalty leader at the moment. And
Salt's closing in.
I just wanted to say that I love the chemistry. He gained 4 tenths this lap so far. He lost a little bit through that left-hander. But yeah, if he continues on this pace, he is gonna caught up to K-Mark again.
Yeah, we got a battle. This ain't over yet. We've got now 13 laps left. 24 completed. Or 23, we're on lap 24. Charlie now on P3. The Ferrari's really suffered in that whole window there. The rain was down to P5, Mercer down to P7. Staying too long on those wets really cost Mercer. He's only at 1.5 behind Sonny Bob. He doesn't have any penalties either, and fresher tyres come towards the end. All is not lost.
See, Wizard, he is just the gap stabilized. Every time it's around the 8-10 mark, although he gained massively in turn 3 compared to Healy. Both Dutchies going at it for the last couple of points in this race. Not that it really matters, but still. Oh, that is Sonny off. And he rejoins in P10. lost positions to Healy, Wizard and Mania. Shame for Sonny as he was having a good race. And look at this, Salt picks up 3
Yeah.
seconds. So that means that he not only has to overtake Kmart, but also pull away by at least 3 seconds.
Unless Kmart joins him. Matty's looking quick, getting fastest lap. Unfortunately for him, he suffered as well really badly in those wet conditions. He is 35 seconds behind Dan. So, gonna struggle to catch him unless we get a safety car.
That could be massive, a safety car. That's gonna spice this race up even more. I wanted to say, Wizard with the DRS and the ERS should be able to overtake Healy easily, but that's definitely not the case. Both in a Renault as well. Healy is making life very difficult for Wizard at the moment.
Yeah, there is none of those aids. No DRS, ERS, it's all slipstream, old-fashioned slipstream. And hopefully have lower wing, lower aero.
And Mania now is closing in as well, so it's Healy once again with a little bit of a train behind him. But he doesn't care. He is in P7.
Yeah. 7 for Healy. Mercer, not looking that quick in the dry. He looked really good in those, particularly when it was getting wetter on dry tyres. But it's not really making any inroads on Wizard. And even when you look at it, penalty-wise, let's see. So Charlie on 9, Salt on 9, Kmark on 6. So that would mean Wizard. You could definitely create a magician rather. They're still, even with those penalties, they're not going to lose out on any races.
Salt with another penalty, 12 seconds it is now. He's definitely not going to make that up. So he has to rely on Kmark picking up more penalties. But Kmark, he will know the situation. He can see it, that Salt has 12 seconds. So he's not going to take any risks.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. Wizard is really close now. Is he maybe going to go for the move? Only instead of turn 3. Needs to get a good exit. Healy got a really good exit. Well, maybe with the slipstream now for Wizard, who's got more straight line speed. He's gaining. Is he gonna go for the late move? Yes, you bet he is. Down the inside, but Healy holds it around the outside. Brilliant stuff. And Almania is having a go at it. Look at this. Around the outside actually. And he gets the job done. No, yes, no. And Mania is lagging on my screen as well. I don't know how it's for you, but I just don't know where he is on track. But Wizard for now is in front.
Yeah, and that's sort of given Healy a bit of a breather as well with those two battling.
Yeah, now Healy has a couple of laps where he can just relax because Wizard took very long to make a move. He was stuck behind Healy for a couple of laps now, and now he has to gain it all back.
Yeah, trying to see the gap. I feel like Salt, it's 1.8, but it's hovered around that now. I feel, well, obviously, no matter what, with the penalty situation, that's a big boost for Kmark. Pressure's off him now. You just got to keep doing consistent laps, but not push over the top. Don't get any penalties to bring Salt back into it as such.
I love how late you can brake in these cars. The brakes are insane.
Yeah, but also it's not as powerful. The straight line speed isn't as big because these cars are only 750 horsepower, 800 at the most.
Yeah,
so,
true as well.
They're not. They don't reach say like the same top speeds, and they are lighter as well.
Sonny, he has been put under pressure by Dan and he made a mistake, and that's him into the wall, big wing damage, and he has to pit, drop down to P11. He's got a big gap behind, so he should be safe to make a stop.
Oh,
I haven't said anything because he bins it into the wall once again.
commentator's curse.
Commentators, because even before I said it, that's new.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Wizard and Hilly. Now Wizard with the job done. Yes, he just shuts the door. But now Hilly has to make sure that Mania is not gonna get past. Defend the inside, defend the inside, defend the inside. No, he doesn't.
It has got a lot of straight line speed. This could go wrong. Donny Bod retires from the session in the pit lane.
Oh, Hilly tried to hold it around the outside, but he got caught up in the grass. And he loses 2 positions in 2 corners. That's really unfortunate for Hilly. She was doing such a good job in P7.
Yeah, really good job. But he's still fight back. It's only got 7 laps left to go. With
Keep an eye
Wizard.
out on the gap between Charlie and Blaze actually. Because it's 10.6 now. If he can get it below 9 seconds, he actually is gonna get onto the podium.
Now that would be, and that would give him also the top Ferrari as well.
Yeah.
Remember we got Renault Monopoly.
Well, is he not the lead Ferrari anyway?
I'll tell you what, Salt's on 15 seconds worth of penalties.
Yeah, but the gap between
only a few,
Salt and Charlie is 8 seconds.
He's got another set of penalties.
18 seconds. Wait a minute.
So that's really close. He is on 18 seconds now.
The gap is 19 seconds. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho.
At this rate, he could lose that podium. And also, yes, Wizard P5, that's P6. Yeah, so at this rate, he is losing a bit of touch though to Charlie. Salt has turned it on. Salt's now right behind K-Mark.
Yeah, he's pushing now. He probably reminded himself of the fact that he can't pick up any more penalties because then it will drop him off the podium.
Yeah, lining up K-Mark then. For K-Mark, as much as you'd love to win it outright, he knows that Salt's got way more penalties than him. He's not going to overfight it. Oh, did the inner curve too much, pushed him out.
It's probably another warning.
He might have got away with that because of how much time he lost.
True.
In this corner, I'm sure he's been, yeah, that's alright. Very easy into turn 1 to nick a warning.
5 more laps to go, it's just a 5-lapper now. Ooh, Salt braking so late.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt his exit. So the gap remains the same. Ooh, Mania, he is moving over to the inside to the cover of Hilly. As Wizard and Mania can't get away from Hilly. It seemed like Wizard was getting held up behind Hilly, but that definitely isn't the case. Ooh, but look at Mania. Is he gonna go for it? Late launch into turn 3. He's having a little look. Wizard leaves the door open.
Oh,
Is that going side by side down towards turn 4?
Salt and K-Mark are battling it. Oh, K-Mark. Oh. Salt gets it, but K-Mark battled a little bit harder than he needed to in the end. That could have ended up being tears for him. The Salt's now ahead. Oh, and Lace got a penalty, so that's going to ruin his chance. And K-Mark does as well. Steady on.
Ooh.
He's only a few seconds. He's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. Oh, he's going for the late lunge. He wants his P1 outright. The 2 guys side by side, and this is going to help Charlie out massively. Diving down the inside. Salt's still got it.
Well, 9 seconds. If he can gain 4 more tenths, 2 more
Oh my
tenths,
God.
1 tenth, then he will be in P2.
Yeah. I mean, if Salt gets another 3 seconds, as Wizard has passed the Magician. Wizard's flying at the moment. Wizard's just got past the Magician. He's only 11 seconds behind Charlie. Case of, it's a shame that there's not any more laps.
Yeah, true.
K-Mark's going for it.
He's close, but he's not close enough. Maybe if he gets a really good exit.
No.
He needs to line it up. Yeah. Well, he doesn't need to. Well, if he wants to win it on track as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Dan. What did he do?
Last turn.
He just drove straight into the wall, I think.
Yeah.
What has happened there?
Won't be a safety car, VSC. K-Mark's really driving hard here. You love DRS right now.
Oh yeah, but Sol puts in the fastest lap of the race. That shows how quick these guys are still going.
Oh, we went deep in K-Mark's got another 3 seconds. Now this makes things a bit interesting because Charlie's on 9 seconds, but he's still too far away to use 6 seconds of a gap.
Yeah, K-Mark is not having the pace. We saw it the first stint as well. Salt is just a little bit too quick. But it's the penalty situation, like you said, Lewis, that's gonna decide this race.
Yeah, but it's mental how far these guys are so far ahead. They're gonna get away with still finishing first and second, just the other way around.
Yeah, that's mental, to be brutally honest. Oh, it is Healy getting past Wizard.
They might still get another warning though. He could do.
Yeah, he's steady on now as they are starting the last lap of this race. Back to as they are about to enter turn 4. A very fun race. Actually, looking at the weather now, you won't believe that we had rain during this race, but we had for a short period, which spiced things up brilliantly. It made this race very interesting. It was at some point where wets and dries, but they were both awful to be brutally honest. And K-Mark did a brilliant job together with Blaze, and at the end it's going to be enough to take victory here around Austria. Salt wins it on track, but K-Mark wins it on penalties. Really well done from the two of them. Charlie, with a really strong and good performance with his penalties, stays just about in front of Wizard, who of course stays clean of penalties and will come home in P4. Blaze, like I've mentioned before, brilliant strategy call from him. He will end up in P5. 3 Ferraris, P4, 5 and 6. Massa really well done as well. It's waiting now for Mania, Hilly and Wizard. Here they are. Mania across the line now. Hilly will jump him on penalties. P7 for Hilly, Mania P8, Wizard P9. Matty takes the final point in this race, P10, and it's only waiting for Saige and Tichy. Never mind, it's already finished. Yeah, wow. Interesting race.
That was a bit of a topsy-turvy one there.
It was, yeah.
I didn't expect the rain to dry out like that, and literally I don't think I've ever seen people go for wets and then pit for dries the next lap.
Like, if these guys had the opportunity or the availability to pit for inters, then it would have been the best shout to go on to Inters. But I think, like you said, the wets, it was just not wet enough for those wet tires.
Yeah.
But it was too wet for dries. That was the weird situation. Where was the intermediate tire? So 3 Renaults, 3 Ferraris, a lot of Renaults, 2 Ferraris, and the rest all Renaults, and then a lonely spot who only managed one corner in P20 in a McLaren. It's a sad sight, really unfortunate, but he won in EU4, so he can't complain. He got his victory already this week. Yeah, fun race, really interesting race, loved it once again. Thank you, Lewis, for joining the commentary box with me. It was a pleasure as always.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, great to have these special events going on. Look forward to next week for more.
100%, it keeps us entertaining in this period of time. To everyone watching and everyone who tuned in, thank you very much for taking your time and watch Corners of Speed. Make sure you tune in next week with another special event. We don't know what it is as of yet, but we will see it next week. As I always say, stay safe, have a good one, and goodbye.